Hello class, today we're going to learn about subject-verb agreement. As a review, a subject is what the sentence is about. That's what you should ask yourself because not all subjects are nouns, although most subjects are nouns, but not all of them. So to find the subject of a sentence, you should ask, what is the sentence about? To find the verb, you'll ask, what is the subject doing? Because not all verbs are action words. Some verbs do not actually show action, but if you know what what the subject is doing, you'll be able to find the verb that way. Let's look at an example. Mila takes the bus to school every day. Mila is the subject of the sentence because you ask yourself, who or what is the sentence about? It's about Mila. What is the subject doing? Takes. That's the verb. That's how we find the subject and the verb. So the rule is that subjects and verbs must agree in number. Singular subjects are matched with singular verbs. And second, singular subjects are matched with singular verbs in a sentence. Plural subjects are matched with plural verbs in a sentence. Here's some examples of singular subjects, singular verbs. I'll mention maybe two of them. We'll start with, my dad rides his motorcycle to the gym every day. The subject, who or what the sentence is about? Dad. What is the subject doing? Rides. Again, the grumpy old troll chides the kids as they cross the bridge. Who or what is the sentence about? Grumpy old troll. And what is the subject doing? Chides. Again, let's look at this pronoun. It seems like a good bargain. What is the sentence about? It. Not all subjects are nouns. In this particular case, the subject is a pronoun. That is why you need to ask yourself, what is the sentence about? It is the subject of the sentence. What is the sentence? What is the verb? What is the subject doing? Seems, which is not an action verb. That's what the subject is doing. That's the verb. Seems is the verb, but it's not an action verb. She eats rice every night. She's the subject. Eats is the verb. Plural subjects, plural verbs. Elizabeth, Isabella, and Bella. This subject is a compound subject. There's more than one subject, so it's called a compound subject, so it is plural, and the verb also has to be plural. Are is the plural verb. Messy foods, the subject is foods. Even though we have prepositions like spaghetti and meatballs and scrambled eggs, the verb is make. Messy foods like spaghetti and meatballs and scrambled eggs make for a long cleanup after the kids eat. Plural subject, foods, plural verb, make. Plural pronoun as the subject, they, and the verb is eat. They eat rice every night. Okay, let's move on very quickly. Subject pronouns and present tense verbs. I mentioned before that for singular subjects or singular subjects, which are he, she, it, these are pronouns, or the subject could be a noun like Mila or Jonathan. Singular subjects take the singular verb, and the singular verb, the third person singular verb, takes an S. So that's why we have that. And this is how you do it. You would what we call conjugate the verb. I listen, you listen, she, he, or it, or the name of the person, Mila or Jonathan, listens. Okay? And so on and so forth. Now, to find the subject of the sentence, it's very important to cross out any prepositional phrases because usually the prepositional phrase is never, the subject of the sentence is never in the prepositional phrase. Prepositional phrase is a phrase that begins with a preposition such as to, in, from, and so forth. Here is the sentence. One of my favorite teachers is Mrs. Morris from the 3rd grade. What is the subject of the sentence? Is it Mrs. Morris? Is it teachers? Is it one? Is it 3rd grade? How do you know? Well, you cross out the prepositional phrase. Of my favorite teachers, we have to cross that out because that's a prepositional phrase. And then from the 3rd grade, we cross that out because that is a prepositional phrase. So who or what is the sentence about? One is the subject of the sentence, and the verb is is. Let's move on. The subject, the supermarket across the street from my house is open all night. Who or what is the sentence about? We cross out the prepositional phrase first, across the street from my house. We cross that out and then we can find the sentence is about supermarket. The verb is is. I want to caution you that in some cases when we have the inverted word order of the subject and the verb because of words like here, there, or even questions, sentences that are questions. Sometimes the verb actually comes before the subject, so note that that happens sometimes, and you do have to look for the subject of the sentence. Here are some examples. Where are the students? Okay, in this particular question, the verb comes before the actual subject. Are is the verb and students is the subject. Okay. When is my dad going to pick me up? So again, we have is, and we have a split kind of verb because is going is the helping verb, and then dad is the subject. Okay, and here's another example with there are. Are is the verb, and students is the subject. Okay, moving right along. Collective nouns are nouns that refer to more than one person or thing, but they're seen as a singular kind of entity. So team is singular, audience, committee, jury, family, crowd, government. They seem like they're plural, but they're actually a collective unit, and they're usually singular. So the committee is voting on an important bill. Committee is the subject, and the singular verb is is. The audience is very loud. Audience is singular. Is the verb, and it is singular. So, and again, the jury has reached a verdict. It is also a singular subject, jury, and the verb, which is singular, has, is also singular. I hope that this very quick survey on subject-verb agreement will help you as you begin to craft your sentences, paragraphs, and essays. Thank you.